everyone. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Transgender people in Taiwan still face discrimination in professional, medical, and daily life situations. They're fighting to change the law so they can have their preferred gender on their ID cards. They also want to accurately represent their identity on other documents. Tiffany Wong reports.
多一分理解，让跨性别好一点。
Transgender people and advocates are calling for more progress in their struggle for acceptance in Taiwan. They say the biggest battle is changing their gender marker on their identity cards. It's not such an easy change to make. The current law in Taiwan requires people to prove they've had gender reaffirming surgery and 2 psychiatric evaluations in order to change their gender. And a new report found that 40% of trans people had to just hide their gender identity when looking for a job out of fear of discrimination. But even employee data systems that showed their gender marker could accidentally out them.
有其他部门的人跑来我们组，然后就问说，那个 David 到底是男生还是女生啊？但是我的同事他们可能也不太理解什么是跨性别，所以在这中间的沟通又会有更多的误解跟猜测等等。
With a new administration coming in, these advocates hope to solidify protections for trans people in law, helping them live normal lives like they want to live. Joseph Wu and Tiffany Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
The first film to explore homosexuality in Taiwan, Crystal Boys, is going to be digitally remastered in celebration of its 40th anniversary. Yu Jinhuang has more.
A wanderer lost in the Taipei night, with nowhere to call home. This is a scene from the film Crystal Boys. It depicts the lives of gay men in conservative 1970s Taiwan. It was the first film about homosexuality to hit the big screen in the country. It's being digitally remastered ahead of its 40th anniversary in 2026. The new cut will include all the scenes that didn't pass film censors during its first run. The film crew hopes it will give a new generation a glimpse into Taiwan's history.
现在同性的问题是他生活里面的一部分，是可以被讨论的。那么在我们那个时代呢，就是同志之间的情感是不能够公开被讨论的，所以相对的在情感的表述上面来讲，可能就有很大的差别。
The author of the novel on which the film is based announced the start of the digital remastering project. Bai Xianyong is a pioneering writer on homosexuality in Taiwan. Published in 1983, the Crystal Boys novel has also been adapted for TV and the stage. Bai believes that art has helped gay rights progress in Taiwan, and that this trend is likely to continue elsewhere.
人生而平等的，这个是几个世纪以来人类最追求的理想现在来看，我想这个已经30多个国家已经承认同婚了。我想这个大趋势，会一直会下去。
The Taiwan Film and Audiovisual Institute said it expects to finish remastering Crystal Boys by October, just in time for this year's Pride celebration in Taiwan. Kamashi and Yu Jinhuang for TaiwanPlus.
A new report has rated Taiwan's school children among the most sedentary in the world. Laura Stewart reports on the health implications.
Elementary school students get their blood pumping between classes. While it's a standard exercise routine in schools in Taiwan, a study by National Zhongxing University shows that students aged 5 to 17 here don't get enough physical activity.
在全球57个国家里面，大概有10个国家跟我们一样。那亚洲地区特别严重亚洲地区大概有包含台湾那总共有5个国家。
It means Taiwan failed to reach international standards for childhood physical activity. And it's the second time the country has been given an F rating. Researchers say children here aren't getting enough exercise, which poses long-term risks to their blood, bone and brain health. The World Health Organization suggests children from 5 to 17 should spend about an hour a day exercising. But the researchers say children in Taiwan get more sedentary as they grow up.
不管是屈服于学校的压力，或者是 其他的学业、课业的压力等等，那所以就让到了国中，这身体活动量是大幅度的下降。
The report also points to the high amount of screen time school children have, as well as the reluctance of some parents to allow their children to engage in school sports.
如果是户外的话，其实还是假日家长带这样子。
This hesitancy also extends to some teachers who are expected to play the role of sports coaches.
受伤的老师又有问题了家长会找老师老师说自己保护自己，也是说尽量少让他活动。
So while keeping children in the library might help them get good grades, it could be their health that pays for it later down the line. Eason Pan and Laurel Stewart for TaiwanPlus.
Before the pandemic, millions of tourists visited Taiwan each year, with the travel industry making up 5% of the country's GDP. While the pandemic is over, Taiwan is still trying to lure back visitors. As Rick Lauer reports, it's a challenge made even harder by Taiwan's delicate geopolitical position.
Taiwan unveils plans for a new sleeper train, which will take in some of the island's most popular tourist spots. Developed with Japan's national rail company, the sleeper will wind its way down Taiwan's northeast coast. It's part of efforts to attract more Japanese visitors and boost Taiwan's beleaguered tourism industry.
我觉得台湾其实可以慢慢的享受，然后可以停在一些已经遗忘掉的月台。停在那边出去看月光，这整个台湾的风景跟风啊，跟海的味道，其实是可以透过这样移动式的旅馆，然后去重新看台湾的，欣赏另外一种可能性。
Before the pandemic, millions of visitors came to Taiwan each year, with tourism making up 5% of the country's GDP. Now, the government is struggling to get those numbers back. In 2023, visitors from Japan were just half of pre-pandemic levels.
由于日本人持有护照的比例偏低，观光署将给予护照补贴。对于日本人新办护照来台湾旅游，将渴望获得5000元日币的补贴。
Taiwan has made even less progress in getting back Chinese tourists, once the largest group to visit. For the last 4 years, Beijing has banned most of its citizens from visiting Taiwan, seen as a retaliatory measure against the government in Taipei, which strongly rejects China's claims of sovereignty over the self-ruled nation.
一直不肯开放团客也好，自由行，主管机关已经透过管道跟他们谈到，我们相互的来开放。但是现在就说对方还没有正面的来回应我们，这是我们比较遗憾。
A positive response is becoming less likely. Beijing has made its displeasure clear that the ruling Democratic Progressive Party here just won a third term in office. For now, Taiwan businesses reliant on tourists from abroad will be looking for new ways, like this train route, to get their industry back on track. Devin Tai and Rick Lowett for TaiwanPlus.
Massive cabbages are on sale at a farm in Taiwan's southern Yunlin County. Some of the giant winter vegetables weigh over 12 kilograms, 10 times heavier than an average head. These colossal cabbages can take almost half a year to grow, and at over $15 per head, they aren't cheap. But that didn't stop customers flocking to buy them.
很重，超级大的巨无霸的高丽菜。
这回去要怎么吃啊？这么大一颗，
慢慢切，可以吃半个月可以吧？
In the national first, a Taiwanese satellite has photographed itself in space. 2 images released by National Cheng Kung University show the Linear 1 CubeSat in low Earth orbit. The university worked with other schools in Taiwan to create the research satellite. They say the photos show that it's fully operational just 1 month after its launch. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, cool off with this footage of humpback whales in the waters around Antarctica. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.